If you're thinking about running Google Ads, stop. Don't do a single thing until you do these 5 steps first. You could be wasting tens of thousands of dollars just because you skip one of these 5 things we're going to go over in this video. Each of them are critical, so stay around to the end to get all 5. The first thing you absolutely need to do is to fix your phone system. You could be paying anywhere from $25 up to $200 per call using Google advertising. It does depend on your specific industry and your cost to acquire and how high of a ticket service you have. But bottom line, you will be spending money to get phone calls that are inquiring about your business. And obviously, you need to be able to answer the phone when somebody does call you. I know this seems obvious. I know that you're probably saying, whatever, Tyler, screw this. I know to answer the phone. I'm not an idiot. But let me tell you, I work with successful business owners and we are running ads for them. And it's not uncommon for sometimes they don't answer the phone call. They get sent to voicemail. And I just want to highlight how important this is. If you're spending, let's just say $50 for that phone call and you don't answer it when they call you, you let it go to voicemail. One of 2 things is going to happen. Either 1, they're going to leave a voicemail for you to handle, which, let's be honest, is not ideal. Maybe you'll call back right away. Okay, maybe you'll catch that lead, but it's still not an easy flow. You'd rather just answer that call right away. Or 2, and this is substantially more likely to happen, they will immediately hang up and call the next person on the Google search page. And in that scenario, you just wasted $50 because of your incompetence to answer the phone. So it's incredibly critical to always answer the phone, hire somebody to do that, make that their full-time job. And if you can't answer the phone during certain hours of the day, maybe during 12 to 1, you have your lunch break, or 9 to 10, you have a daily stand-up with your team that you can't answer the phone, or whatever the case might be, or maybe only in the morning you can answer the phone. The simple solution to this is to only run the ads when you can answer the phone. Additionally, you need to have a clear sales process that's defined for when you answer the phone specifically for these leads. These leads are coming in, they're seeing a certain messaging on the landing page, they're seeing a certain messaging with the ad. They need somebody who is prepared to talk to them about what they just searched up. These leads can be different than people who are just getting referred to you or who are just coming in from your website organically. These are people who have a high need and they specifically searched you on Google, specifically clicked your ad, and specifically called you. If you're using a call tracking tool, you can set it up so where they send you a whisper message. Now, what this whisper message is kind of interesting, where when you answer the phone, say I'm the business owner, I'm running ads, I set up a whisper message. Let's say I set this message to say, this is a call from Google Ads. So that way, when I answer the phone, I don't hear the potential customer right away. The first thing I hear is, this is a call from Google Ads as a robot voice, and then it'll talk to the customer. So that what this allows you to do as a salesperson, it allows you to tailor your approach to who you're talking to based off the context of the ad they're getting. All right, number 2, and this is another big one, you have to know your numbers. I have a profit calculator in the description below this. Go check that out. It's completely free and allows you to know your numbers, allows you to understand the profitability of Google Ads for your business. And this is something that's critically important to you because I've seen it before where people are running ads and they end up turning them off because, man, that's a high cost per lead. Or, man, this isn't really working super well. And when we actually take the time to look at the data, they might have been getting a 3 to 5 times return on investment. But they're looking at the cost per lead and they're like, wow, this is significantly higher than when I get it from Angie's List or I get it from Yelp. And while, yes, that may be the case, Google customers are completely different than the people from Angie's List or Yelp. These are people who specifically searched for you, found you, and reached out to you. They're way higher intent, way more likely to convert on a sale, and way more likely to be upsold as well. And the real issue of not knowing your numbers is that you might be turning off something that is generating you substantial revenue. It's a growth metric for your business. It's a sustainable, consistent way to bring in new revenue for your business. And because you're not quite sure about your numbers, you're turning it off and you're hindering your growth. So make sure you use that profit calculator, know your numbers beforehand, and project it properly for how your Google Ads can perform so you don't shoot yourself in the foot down the line. The third thing you 100% must do before you even think about running advertising at all is set up proper landing pages. Advertising, specifically Google advertising, is only the first half of the equation. It's a tool that allows your business to show up under search results for people who are searching for things that indicate they're interested and ready to buy your services. You write the ad, you appeal to them, you make them excited to respond to you, excited to reach out to you. Now, once they click that ad, that's when Google charges you. Now, if you send that click just to your main website, you might as well be throwing that money in the trash. The only determining factor after that click happens, the only thing that determines if they will become a just pure expense to you, so never reach out to you, just pure expense, advertising expense, or if they're turning to ROI, revenue-driven activity, is if that click turns into a call. And the only way to do that, the only way to make more people call from that click is to create specific landing pages specifically designed for those ads that have the clear intention and design philosophy of converting as many people as possible into leads. If you're sending all your traffic just to your website, it's too cluttered. It's not specific enough to the ad they're looking at, and your conversion rate will suffer because of it. The framework we use is we create one landing page for every single service that you would offer. And if you have some services that are the same thing, but people call them different things, we would just make a duplicate of those and change the headlines a little bit. And maybe if you're a large enough company, you have a large enough service area, it might make sense to put a location version of that landing page. So if you do garage door repair, you might have a garage door repair landing page and then a garage door repair landing page for City 1, garage door repair for City 2. And they're the same version of the page, you just change the city a little bit. All right, so now that you have your phone call system ready to go, you know your numbers, you have a landing page set up. The fourth thing that you need to do to make sure that your ads are successful when you start them is to set up proper conversion tracking. If you set up advertising and you don't have any sort of proper conversion tracking, or if your idea of conversion tracking is just asking people who called you where they heard you from, you're going to have a pretty bad time running these ads. You need to tell Google and you need to know yourself which of these ads are actually resulting in conversions for your business. And it's actually more important to tell Google than anybody else, because the way Google's ad process works is it's a reinforcement learning model. And that's just a fancy way of saying, if you get a lead and you tell Google that, hey, this click and this landing page and this ad resulted in a phone call lead for us, you report that back to Google through conversion tracking, Google's machine will learn. It'll be like, okay, that type of person in this specific ad set works really well. It got us a result. We're going to do more of that. Works on the flip side as well. If a bunch of people get clicks on this ad and it never converts, that ad gets shown less. And it also works for you. You can look at your platform. You can say, hey, this ad's getting thousands of clicks. If you have no conversion tracking, you might think, wow, this is great. It's probably driving all these phone calls. Look under the hood, ad conversion tracking, that could be getting thousands of clicks and not a single lead is coming from that. It could be from the other ones. So you absolutely must set this up. Everything needs to be tracked. Everything needs to be fed back to Google so it can learn and you can perform better and get a lower cost per lead. All right, now the fifth and final thing you need to do is to have realistic expectations. We already kind of talked about this with the budget and the ROI calculations before, but realistically, Google Ads is not a turn it on and immediately get amazing results. Like I just described, it's a learning platform. So realistically, you're probably only going to break even in that first month. So realistically, it might take 2 to 4 weeks before you're in the green after running the advertising. And that's just the game of advertising. You learn and you slowly improve and you slowly increase the ROI week after week, month after month, and start growing your business that way in a consistent and steady way. And one of the best ways to improve this is to start with a strong budget. Don't start with just $50 a day. Start with maybe 100 or 150, whatever you can afford. Because the faster you give Google budget, assuming you have everything set up properly and you have it all set the right way, the more budget you give up front, the faster it learns. Just think about this. If you're doing $50 a day, all that data you're getting for $50 a day, let's say you run it for a month. If you change that to $150 a day, it would be as if you had 3 months worth of data in that first month. It triples the amount of data you're getting and it speeds up the potential results. This concept is regularly called a burn budget. So everybody's burn budget might be a little different. Let's say it's $1,500. So we essentially need to burn $1,500 in ad spend to figure out what ads work, what resonates with people before you start getting the good results, the 5x, 10x ROI on Google Ads. Not every business has that level of burn. Sometimes it's only $200 to figure it out. Sometimes you only need a few clicks. But make sure you set your expectations straight that there is a case where you probably will burn a little at the beginning, but that doesn't mean that Google Ads doesn't work for you. It just means you haven't cracked the right marketing avenue, because I'm telling you right now, every sort of home service business can use Google Ads successfully. All right, those are the 5 things you need to do first before you start running any sort of advertising for your business. If you skip any of these, you'll be like the dozens of other business owners I've talked to who say Google Ads don't work for me. And that is 100% not true, because your competitors are running it. I'm working with businesses who are running it and it 100% works. You just haven't figured out how to crack it yet. And if you want to figure out how to crack Google Ads faster than most other companies, we have an offer below, second link in the description, where you can apply to work with us. We'll build you the entire Google Ads system for you the right way the first time. We'll even build all the landing pages for you. We'll manage it for you. And we'll give you all the trainings you need to run this yourself if you choose to do so. It's a one-time payment. I think it's a phenomenal offer. So click that link in the description below. And also make sure you check out that profit calculator too. All right, thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.